So welcome back, and today we are going to continue further with leftover topics in data dictionary. And before that, I just want to show you, like in yesterday's sessions, what are all the things we have created in a data dictionary, how to use them in the basic programming, and then we'll continue again with the data dictionary. So please mute from your end, and in case if you have any questions, and let me know. So I'll just log in into my system now. So I'll go to SE38 to create a small program. So in this program we are going to learn about, there is something called structures and table types, work areas, and internal tables. Now we don't know what are all these things, so today we are going to see what are all these. So till now what we are doing is we are declaring a variable. Whenever I say declare a variable, what you say, either you use a data keyword or parameters keyword, and then you give a name ABC, XYZ or whatever. This is called a variable name, and in brackets you provide some length and you say it may be type character, integer, and so on, right? So now let us come to the structure. Structure is a combination of different variables or different fields. So structure syntax, if you want to declare a structure syntax begins with types begin of. If you want to declare a structure, you should do a syntax which is called a types begin of. If you know a C programming little bit, in the C programming you can compare this structure with a array. You know, array means a combination of same data types over there, but here different data types also you can use. So if you don't know the C programming, also not a problem. Here if you want to declare a structure, structure means combination of different variables. It's not a single variable, it contains multiple variables. A syntax to declare structure is types begin of, give some name to it, XYZ or LMN, whatever you want, give some name to it. So in that you need to declare some fields or some variables inside this. The first field I will declare it as name. The name should have of length 10, type character. Then age should have a length 2, type numeric, and salary, it is maybe of type integer, and I'll say end of XYZ. So now if you observe, XYZ is called the structure name. It is a structure name. Like here ABC is a variable name. In the same way, here XYZ is the structure name. So my structure is beginning with types begin of syntax, ending with end of syntax. And here you put any number of fields. You put name, age, salary, phone number, address, whatever you want. You provide all the fields here. Okay. So this is how you will declare a structure. For your imagination, like if you want to imagine how it will be, like I will open an Excel file here to make you more clear understanding. So now your structure is something like this. Your structure has 3 fields. So it looks like this. 3 memory locations, one after the other. What is the first memory location? First memory location name is name. The name of the first memory location is name. Second memory location is age, which can store two numerics, and third memory location is a salary. And combinedly all these three together will be called as, what is the name of the structure? It's a XYZ. Okay, so for your imagination, if you want to imagine how the structure is, then you can visualize something like this. So why do we declare a structure? Basically, tomorrow by using this structure you can declare n number of variables. For example, now I will say data emp1 type xyz. Previously what I'm giving here, if you see, observe here what I'm giving, type C or type integer, type numeric, all these things I'm giving. Now what I have given here, I have given the structure name. Okay, so when I have given the structure name, this variable, whatever I have declared, this can store all the fields which are available in this structure. In this XYZ structure, what are all the fields available? Name, age, salary. So now this, whatever you declare here, that emp1, that can store name, age, salary. So for your imagination, now emp1, what you declared, that also looks like this with three fields. So the first field name is name, second field name is age, third field name is salary. Okay. So now you may ask, what is the difference between XYZ and emp1? Because if you see here, if you look into this diagram, both are having three fields. XYZ also has name, age, salary. emp1 also has name, age, salary. So now what is the difference between these two? So now I will say XYZ is a structure. So structure is declared with types keyword. So structure, if you see that XYZ, how it is declared, it is declared with the types keyword. So it is declared with the types keyword. emp1, what is this? This is a variable which is taking the reference of the structure. So emp1 I will call, it's as of now I will call it as a variable which is taking the reference of structure. So it has a name. The name is called work area. Remember, whenever a variable is taking a reference of structure, we will call it as a work area. So take this variable, for example. This variable is taking the reference of C. C means it's a data type. So I will call it as a variable. If it is I here, if it is X, or if it is D, or all predefined data types, whatever you put here, always it is a variable. But if you put here a structure, then I will call it as a work area. It's a new name, remember. Okay. So now the work area is defined with which keyword? Work area is defined with data keyword. Even your variable is also defined with the data keyword. Your work area is also defined with data keyword. And one more important point is your structure does not have memory. So structure doesn't have memory, and your work area has memory. So why it doesn't have a memory? Structure doesn't have memory because it is declared with the types keyword. Work area has a memory because it is declared with the data keyword. Remember, whenever you declare anything, tomorrow we may learn some new syntaxes. So in there also, whenever you are declaring anything with the types keyword, So that particular structure or that particular table type or whatever you declare, anything which you are declaring with the types keyword, that does not have any memory. Anything which you declare with the data keyword, that will have a memory. In that you can store some values. So in XYZ you cannot store anything. This is just for look and feel purpose. That's it. In EMP1 it has actual memory because it is declared with data keyword. Now you can store something on that. How to store something? For example, if I say EMP1 hyphen name is equal to some Raju. So now what happened? In this EMP1 name, in this memory location, Raju has came and set. So now I'll say EMP1 hyphen is, I'll say some 26 years. So now this 26 came and sit here. Okay. Then I will say EMP1 hyphen salary equal to some 60,000. Then the 60,000 came and sit over here. So like this, you can store some values in the work area. You can store some values in the work area. So now if I save check it, it says syntactically correct. But what I am saying is you cannot store anything in the XYZ. So if I say XYZ hyphen name is equal to Raju, then system will scold me saying that boss, XYZ is not defined with the data keyword, we don't know. So now if I check, see, it's giving an error message saying that the field XYZ name is unknown. Why it is saying? XYZ is a structure. XYZ has a name. XYZ, it has a name field. It has a field called name, but it is declared with the types keyword. So when it is declared, XYZ is declared with the types keyword, inside that XYZ you cannot store anything. If you give like this, it is not correct. So the reason is, when you declare something with the types keyword, it doesn't have a memory, you cannot store anything. When you declare anything with data keyword, it has a memory, so you can store something into that. So now if I say something like this, I want to write employee 1 hyphen name, employee 1 hyphen is, employee 1 hyphen salary. So whatever is available in this memory location. So now I want to write in the output, save it, check it. What I have done, I have given a dot between two fields. So save it, check it, activate, put a comma, not dot between, activate and execute now. So you can see Raju 26 or 60,000, whatever we are giving, that is coming up. So now after writing something in the output, in the same work area, you can fill one more record. So now after writing the record which is having Raju 26, 60,000, I can also fill over another record, EMP1 hyphen name is equal to some Ravi, then EMP1 hyphen is equal to, I'll say some 25 years, and then EMP1 hyphen salary equal to some 70,000, so on. Then I will fill the work area with a different record. So now what happened? Previously we already stored some values in the work area. Work area means this EMP1. Previously we have some values. Now when you are putting a new value, what will happen? The previous values will be overwritten. So how it is overwritten? The Raju becomes now Ravi. After the line number 27, previously Raju is there, that Raju will become Ravi. After line number 28, previous age is 26. Now the age is overwritten with the 25. After line number 29, the salary will become 70,000. So the work area contents are the memory, whatever is there in the work area, that is overwritten. And now if you say again write, it will write the new content of the work area. So here this write statement will write the old content, that is this record. This write statement will put in the output. Whatever you put newly, that new record will be given by this write statement in the output. So both the records will be written in the output now. Execute. Now you can see Raju related record is coming, Ravi related record is also coming. So both the records are coming. But remember, in the work area, if you are putting a new content, your old content will be overwritten. Work area can store only one record at a time. Work area cannot store multiple records. So only one name, one age, one salary can be stored in this example. If you want to put another name as salary, the previous name as salary will be overwritten. It can store only one record at a time. If you want to store multiple records, there is something else. We'll see further. So as of now, the work area can store only one record. Remember it. And one more small question I want to ask you. For example, if I don't give here employee as, I forgot giving here employee as, then what is your expected output? Will it print blank, or will it print something else for the second record? For the second record, what age is expected?
26. 26.
26, exactly. Because the previous age is not overwritten, so still it is carrying the previous age. That means the first record, it has age of 26, and that was not overwritten, so it is still having this 26. If you don't want previous record, then you can use a clear syntax. Make use of clear. It is a keyword. Clear is a keyword, so which will clear the previous content. If I say clear EMP1, it will clear all the field contents in the previous record. So in the new record, since you have not given as, it will print the default value of the as. What is the default value of numeric? It's a 0. So the length is 2. So 2 zeros should come now in the new second record. So in the second record, for the as, 2 zeros should appear now. So now you are getting 2 zeros here. So what is this clear statement is doing? Clear statement will clear the content in the work area. All the fields it will clear, not only the single field. If you want to clear a single field, you can mention here. You can say EMP1 hyphen age. If you say, it will clear only the particular field content. But if you don't specify any field, it will clear all the fields of a particular work area. So till now, is this clear? What is a structure? What is a work area? Structure has a memory. Work area, structure doesn't have a memory because it is declared with the types keyword, and work area has a memory because it has declared with the data keyword. So just remember, this point is very important. So if you have any questions till this point, you can ask me. So otherwise, we'll go with the next topic.
Can you please show me for the screen again?
Okay. So I will execute this. So see here, actually the thing is, I don't have a selection screen to provide flash
Okay.
and to do the debugging. So what I can do is, I can, if you see there is a column here, there is a column SAP has given. This is called debugging column. Here for the line number 21, you can put a breakpoint. Just click on this. So you have a breakpoint here, and now execute. Your program will stop over there. So now we are going into debugger. So now I'll go and see how my structure looks like XYZ. See, it is giving this symbol. It is an invalid variable. There is a symbol XYZ is invalid variable. What about EMP1? It's a valid, so there is no symbol here. It is saying it's a structure. What are all the fields available in this EMP1? Double click on that and see what are all the fields available. Name, age, salary. So now what you are doing? Line number 21, Raju, whatever is there in the single quotes, whatever you are giving, that you are putting into name. So just click F5. So now in the employee one, if you go and see, the name is filled with Raju. Okay. Then next step, age is filled with 26. Age is filled with 26. The next step, salary is filled with 60,000, and after that it is written in the output. Okay. So now what happening? Next is a clear statement. Now if I click F5, all the content should be cleared. So now I click F5. See, all the content has gone. Now again I am putting Ravi 70,000. Age I am not given. Age I forgot, right? So I have not given. So age is 00. The same thing will be written in the output when you say write name, age and salary. Fine. So this is how you can try debugging. When you don't have a selection screen, make use of this breakpoint as of now. Anyway, we'll see more details of debugging also later. So I hope this will help you now. Anything else? Okay. So what now we are going to see is how to make use of data dictionary structures in our programs. Here we have declared a structure. So this I will call it XYZ is a structure, right? The XYZ has some fields, name, age, salary. In the same way, in the data dictionary in SE11, I have some structures. How to make use of them here? You know how to declare them already. Like when creating a tables, you saw how to declare. I'm always saying table has a structure. So this is the structure of the table, and table data. If you click on this, you can see the table data. Similarly, here from the data type also you can create a structure independently. This is also we have seen in the last class. This is a structure we have created with employee ID and employee name. It has two fields. What is the structure name? Structure name is General Test 02, which has two fields. So now what I can do is, I can declare a work area. Instead of using the structure which is declared in the program, I can use the structure which is declared in the data dictionary. So now what I have given here, it is a structure which you have created in the data dictionary. So now what are all the fields available in the structure? Employee ID, employee name. So now instead of name, age, salary, you have to give employee ID and employee name, because in this structure you have only those two fields. EMP name. Okay, I'll give EMP name. So employee ID is maybe employee ID, EMP 123, any number. Employee name Employee name is Raju. Any name. It doesn't have any other field. Only two fields are there in the particular structure. And when I'm writing also, I should say work area hyphen employee ID, work area hyphen employee name. Similarly, if you want to put one more record, do the same way. So employee ID 1 to 4 or something, and name is Ravi or something, any name. Then you are writing it, put a slash. So like this you can make use of the structure which is available in data dictionary. You can fill your own data into that and you can write it. So XYZ we are not using. In this case we are not using XYZ. So you can comment it or you can delete it. It's of no use in this example. Okay, so I'll just comment it. So save it. Now check it. What it is saying? It's starting with the Z, right? Z array test 02. Save, check, activate, and execute. So same, like you are getting a similar kind of output. So what I'm saying, when you are declaring a work area, you can provide here a structure which is declared in the program. Otherwise, you can also give a structure which is available in your data dictionary. Structure means it can be the structure which is declared here, or it can be a table structure. That means if you give a structure of this, if you give here this particular table structure, then these fields you need to use MANDT, STU ID, STU name. What are all the fields you have given? Those fields you have to use and you have to build a small program. Like you can fill up all those fields. So this is how you can link between your DDIC structures and your programs. So any structure which you declare in DDIC can be used in your programming. Hope it is clear. We'll go to the next keyword called internal tables. It's not a keyword, actually speaking. Internal table is an entity which can store multiple records. Internal table can store multiple records. So we'll see now how to declare an internal table. So if you want to declare an internal table, you need to have a structure. A structure could be a structure which you declared in data dictionary level, or a structure which you have declared in the program level. Any one of the structure you need to have. The syntax to declare internal table is something like this: data, some name, ITAB or XYZ LMN, any name, type, table of the structure name. Structure name could be, I'll say the structure, I'll give the same structure. Okay, so this is called internal table. So whatever here is there, this is the internal table name. It is type table of, the syntax is type table of. And what is this you are giving? This is the structure. It may be the structure in the data dictionary, or it may be a structure in your program. Instead of this, you can give XYZ also. XYZ means a structure which is there on the top, which we have commented. So for your imagination, how this ITAB will be? For your imagination, as of now, how this EMP1 will be? EMP1 will have now only two fields, One is employee ID, another one is employee name. So your structure name is this ZNRN test 02 and EMP1. So now sometime we'll forget about this XYZ because we have commented XYZ. So we'll forget about this. Your EMP1, it has two memory locations. First one is EMP ID, EMP name. So this is how your EMP1 looks like, which has two fields. What about this ITAB? It is type table of ITAB also has two fields, but it is type table, so it has multiple rows. It looks like a table. So this is your ITAB, which also has two fields, employee ID, employee name. Why it has two fields? Because it is also referring to the same structure which has two fields. But it is type table of syntax. Because it is using type table of syntax, it has a table kind of a structure which can store multiple records. Okay. So now how to put some data into this internal table? How to put the data into the work area? You know, you are already putting the data into the work area. This is the syntax. Employee 1 hyphen employee ID equal to EMP123 means what happening? Here EMP123 is coming. After line number 23, what will happen? Raju will come and sit over here. You know this already. So now if you want to put the data in this table, how you can put? There is a syntax called append. There is a syntax called append. What you can do is you can say append your work area to your internal table. You can say whatever the data is available in this work area, put it into this table whose name is ITAB. So whatever is there here, put it into this internal table. The syntax is, remember, append. So tomorrow you may get some questions. What is the append syntax will do? Append syntax will put the data in the work area to internal table. Okay. Then I don't want to write here the employee ID and all. So after append, what I'm doing is I'm clearing my work area. Clearing my work area means I'm clearing the content which is there in the work area. Done. But still my table has that. I have not cleared ITAB. I have cleared the EMP1. See the syntax. Clear EMP1. Only EMP1 I have cleared. Then what I'm doing? I'm putting a new content in the work area. I can say EMP234. The name is EMP124. I think we have given EMP124 and name is Ravi. Again I will say append the second record. So whatever you have given here, append it to the internal table. So then I will say when I say append, it will come and sit in the internal table. Append means always in the bottom. So whenever you say append, the work area content always comes and sits in the bottom of the internal table. So now what happened? After appending, once again I will say clear my work area. So EMP1, then the work area content is getting cleared. So in this way you can put the data into the internal table. You can put n number of records into this internal table. There is no direct way to put some data into the internal table. In SAP, if you want to put data into the internal table, you have to always first fill the work area, then append it. That is the only way. You cannot directly put some data into the internal table. There are some exceptions. I will tell you that later. But as of now, remember, you cannot put a data directly into the internal table. There is no syntax like here. You cannot directly say itab hyphen employee ID. This is not valid. Okay. So if you want to put some data into the internal table, always put it into the work area first. Like what I'm doing here, what I have done, put work area, append that work area to internal table. Again put the data into the work area, append it to the internal table, and so on. Like that you need to fill the internal table. So once you fill the internal table, now your internal table may be having 10 records or 20 records, maybe it has n number of records. You want to write or you want to display the records in the output. You want to display all these records in the output. Now what you have to do is, you have to loop this internal table, and put it into loopet. The syntax is loopet this internal table, put it into the work area whose name is emp1, and then write the work area content and say end loop. You have seen already two loop statements in the previous classes, that is a do loop and while loop. What those loop statements are doing, those loop statements are repeating the same thing again and again. Here this is a loop of the internal table. So now the internal table has two records. Now we are looping this internal table. First time what will happen when the loop is happening for the first time, the first record of the internal table will come and sit in the work area. So that means this record will come and sit in the work area. That means after line number 34 executed, the first record will go and sit in the work area. Now you are writing work area employee ID, work area employee name. What is there in work area employee ID? That is EMP123. Work area employee name is Raju. It has been written in the output. Now when the loop repeats again, the second record of this particular internal table will come and sit in the work area. So now what is the employee ID? That is employee ID is EMP124 and employee name is Raju. So these things will be written like that. So if you have 20 records, this loop repeats automatically 20 times and all the 20 records will be written in the output. I'll save it, check it, activate. And execute. So now here you can see the output. This output is coming from the internal table, and each time the internal table record is given to the work area. A work area content is written in the output. So remember guys, why we will use append syntax? Append is to put work area content into internal table. Why we will use this loop syntax? Loop is to put internal table content into work area record by record. So because work area can store only one record, internal table has several records. So for example, you have a water in a pot, you want to drink it. You have a glass can hold only some content. So you have to take with the glass several times. In the same way, in the internal table you have a multiple records. You have to take it with the help of work area and then write it. There is no direct way of writing the data directly. You cannot say write itab hyphen employee ID, itab hyphen employee name. That is not valid. So after this program, what is your understanding? If you want to put some data into the internal table, or if you want to get some data from the internal table also, you have to do it always via work area. You cannot make use of internal table directly. So I hope you got the concept of internal table. If you have some questions, let me know. Let's go to next topic then. So I'll copy the same set of syntaxes. I'll take you to another program because this syntaxes will play an important role. So I will create a program here. So I will give some syntax over here and you people has to type whether it is a structure or whether it is a work area, what it is, whether it is an internal table. So I will write some syntax over here. So see the syntax and tell me, listen my question and type in the chat box what it is. So I will say types begin of some name element which has some product ID of length some 10, type character, and name of the product of 20, type C, and and name and cost, for example cost of the product, type I. So here I'll say end of LMN. So what is LMN called as? LMN is a work area or what it is? LMN is a variable or any other name it has? Any others? Narendra says okay, he is correct. And what about the others? Just give me answers in the chat box. So now I will say data XYZ type LMN. So what XYZ is called as? XYZ, what it is? It's a structure or it's a work area or it's an internal table or what it is? It's a work area. XYZ is a work area. Good. Then there is something called PQR type table of LMN. So what PQR is called as? Is it a structure, internal table or work area? What it is? It is a internal table. Yes, it is an internal table, correct? So now is a different or a strange syntax I want to write, which I have not told to you till now. I will say something like this. Instead of types begin of, I will say data begin of IJK. Here I will say end of IJK. Now what is this IJK called as? Whether it is a structure, work area or internal table or something else. Just think what we discussed in the class and try to analyze and tell me. What it could be, IJK could be. Whether it is a structure? No, structure should start with
work area.
Yes, it's a work area. Exactly. Yes, exactly, it's a work area. So it is because IJK, it's not a structure because it's not started with the types keyword. So the only difference is it is started with the data keyword. So whenever you give something with the types keyword, it will not store anything. We have discussed that structure always begins with types keyword, but it cannot store anything. Work area begins with a data keyword and it has a memory. So now whatever you declared, it's almost like a structure only, but it has a memory because of the data keyword. So that's why it's a work area. Okay. Then one more strange syntax for you. Types, some name, KLM or something. Type, table of LMN. What is this? Try to analyze our syntaxes or what we learned in this class and tell me what is this KLM called as. If I give data here, what it is? It's an internal table. Instead of types, if I give data, then KLM could be internal table. Now I have given types. So it's a kind of internal table only, but it doesn't have, when I give a types keyword, it doesn't have memory. So, but the syntax says it's a kind of internal table only. So, if you have declared like this, then we'll call it as table type. Remember, an internal table without memory is called as table type. What is a table type? It's a internal table without memory. That means internal table declared with types keyword. So table type is always declared with types keyword. So KLM is a table type. So now one more syntax. Data, some name, now what is this GHJ?
It's a work area.
Why it should be a work area? What is this KLM? KLM is an internal table without memory. That is a table type. So this is an internal table. So I am saying this is also type KLM. That means GHJ is also like an internal table, but it has a
memory.
So it's a internal table, obviously.
Okay.
Here what we are giving the reference, something like internal. This is something like internal table, but it doesn't have a memory. So if I give here the structure, if I give here LMN, then this is a work area because this is a structure. LMN is a structure. You can see the LMN is a structure here. Then this is a work area. But here I am giving KLM, which is a table type. KLM is a table type. Okay. So this is little logical. It just it's not difficult actually. Just try to understand the sequence properly and try to understand the syntax. Then easily you can say what it is. Okay. So there are some couple of other syntaxes to declare your internal tables. So I will declare it here. I'll say data some itab1 type table of LMN. This is generally what we declare. Otherwise you can also say like this, itab1 type table of LMN with header line. So this is an internal table. Internal table name is itab1, and work area name, this internal table is with header line. Header line means work area. Okay. So this internal table has a work area also. No need to declare a separate work area for this internal table. So that means itab1 looks like this. If you imagine your itab1 is something like this. Previously we have declared a work area. See, this is our work area, this is our internal table, right? Separately we have declared work area and internal table. But in this case, if you declare like this, with header line, if you say, then the first line of the particular table will act as a work area. The first line of the table itself will act as a work area. Something like inbuilt work area. When you buy some latest TVs, it has inbuilt DTH and so on. In the same way, if you say, when you declare an internal table, if you say with header line, it has an inbuilt work area. So the first line of the internal table acts like a work area. In this case, whenever you have an inbuilt work area, your internal table name is also itab1 and your work area name is also itab1. But when you don't have an inbuilt work area, when you have a separate work area and separate internal table, both has a different names. Here my internal table name is itab. Here my work area name is emp1. You can also declare a syntax like this: data itab2 type table of Jednaren student. Then what will happen? This is an internal table. This internal table has all the fields of this particular structure. So what are all the fields available in this structure? mandt, stuid, student name, student class, empid. So with all these fields, an internal table will be created. With all these fields, an internal table will be created. So how it looks? So your internal table looks like this. And if you want to declare a work area, you can say data some name work area 2 type Jednaren underscore student. So if you declare a work area like this, your work area looks like this. Work area always, for your imagination, I am drawing this pictures. Okay, this is only just for your imagination how it looks. Generally all these things will be happening in the background. Okay. Then for example, I'll say something like this, with header line. Then what will happen? With header line means this internal table, whatever is there, that has a inbuilt work area. Previously we have declared this work area 2, this is itab2, but now we said with header line. When we say with header line, the top line, beginning line will become a work area. Now this is becoming a work area, and work area name is also itab2. Okay, one more syntax, data itab3 like some standard SAP table. That means whatever you have created in S11, so I'll give that like this occurs 0 with header line. So this is another way of declaring an internal table with built-in work area with header line. But remember guys, the built-in work areas, that means with header line internal tables are obsolete. Nowadays we are not using this built-in work areas. Nowadays whenever you do a program, you will declare internal table separately, work area separately, because object oriented approach will not accept internal table with built-in work areas. This kind of, that means with header lines will not be accepted in object orientation programs. So nowadays whenever you create a particular internal table, always create internal table separately, work area separately, and try to make use of it. Now one more small point to add. In S11, yesterday if you remember, we have created a table type, right? So here we have created a table type. Sorry, I have to select this radio button. So this is a table type. Yesterday we have created. What is a table type? We learned something about table type in today's class. A table type is an internal table without memory. Okay. So in the S11 also we can create a table type. In the program also we can create a table type. Something in the same way, S11 also we can create a structure. In program also we can create a structure. S11 you know how to create a structure. In program how to create it? If you want to declare a structure in a program, you will declare like this. Types begin of, end of. This is the syntax to declare a structure in the program. So in what about the table type? See, this is how you will declare a table type in the program. So types, some name, type table of, structure. So this is how you will declare a table type in the program. How can we create a table type in the S11? Give some name, click on create, select the table type, continue, and here provide the short description, provide the structure here. Because see, while declaring the program also, this is the table type, you are providing the structure for it. Element is a structure, you are providing a structure when you are declaring a table type. In the same way, provide here the structure name. So I will provide some structure, Naren underscore student. I forget the name, so I'll give star and check. I want to search for a structure. Okay. So this is the table structure. You can see the symbol of this structure type is coming up here. So it is taking this structure, with the help of this structure it is creating a table, but it doesn't have a memory, so we'll call it as a table type. So you will create a table type. You can make you may create a table type in S11. So what is our table type name? Our table type name is Naren test 04. So once you create a table type in S11, you can make use of this table type in your program to create an internal table. How to do that? We'll see once it is activated. What you can do is go here and you can say data some name MNB or something, type, table type name is Naren underscore test 04. This is my table type. Table type means like an internal table but doesn't have a memory. But I'm giving a memory, so MNB becomes an internal table for me. Okay. So these are all various syntaxes we have in SAP. Sometimes you may need to handle with old syntaxes when your customer is an old customer and he is implemented SAP in the childhood, then he may be using all these syntaxes with header lines, occurs 0 with header lines. Whenever you see this occurs 0 means it's a memory allocated to the body of the internal table. So whenever you see occurs 0, it's an internal table with header line. So try to remember these syntaxes. Anyway, nowadays we are using only the internal tables without header lines. That means internal table declaration separately and work area declaration separately we are using nowadays. So in all our future programming we will see handling separate work areas as separate internal tables. So fine. So hope you understand this. I know that today's class is it has a little difficulty when you are a very beginner, but try to listen the class again. It's a little logical, it's not difficult, so try to understand the logic behind, then you can easily remember which will become a work area, which will become a structure, internal table and table type. We'll close the session for today. If you have any questions, you ask me, otherwise we will go ahead to the next topic in the next class.
Ram?
Yep.
Yeah, what is the difference with header line and occurs 0 with header line?
Occurs 0 is a memory allocated for body. Occurs 0 always talks about the memory allocation for the internal table body. That means, what is internal table body means? Now, when you are talking about a built-in work area, this is called head of the internal table.
Yeah.
This is called body of the internal table. Okay, so when you say occurs 0, initially for the body no memory is allocated.
Okay.
And later when you say append, you know append syntax. Append syntax, what it is doing?
Yes.
It is putting the
That's the record.
body. So at that time the memory will be allocated to the body. When you say occurs, say for example, you can also say occurs 1, you can also say occurs 2. At the time, what will happen? After appending 2 records, memory for next 2 records memory will be allocated. When you say occurs 2, initially for 2 records the memory for the body will be allocated. So initially for 2 records body memory will be allocated. After filling these 2, for another 2 memory will be allocated, and so on. Okay, but it is always memory consumption. So this syntax is a old syntax and it is not used in nowadays. Always use type table of elements, this kind of syntax when you are doing programming now. I recommend you to use this syntax rather than with header line, occurs 0 and so on. So it's a good question. So anything else? Fine, so we'll close for today. If you have any questions also please make a note so that you can ask me in the next class. Then we'll look into it in the next class. Bye.